Yo, what's up everyone? So, apparently we have the brand new 1.1 limited time banners were leaked on the official Genshin Impact Reddit, and as you can see, like the upvotes on this thing are just spiraling out of control because this is like crazy news. It came out about 19 hours ago, so I'm a little late. People probably already covered this, but we have the new banners. We got Childe's banner, which is going to be on the left here, and we have ZHONGLI's banner, which is going to be on the right. I mean, these banners look pretty fire, I'm not going to lie. We have two new units. This is going to be Diona, the girl on the left, and on the right it's going to be Xinyan. Xinyan, I think Xinyan. I think that's how you're saying Xinyan. She's the guitar girl we saw in the update 1.1 preview, which was really cool. But apparently these are the new leaked banners. It's as I said, they're blowing up. So if you want to read this off here, these are going to be the new Child event banner and the ZHONGLI event banner. These are all the characters. I have them all pulled up here. So we're going to go over each of the 4 characters that we already have. These 2 new characters we literally know nothing about except for, I believe she is fire, Xinyan, I think she's fire, and I think she's ice or something. I believe she is ice. Diona, the little lolly pink-haired girl or whatever, I think she's ice. But yeah, so we're going to go over the Child event banner first. We have Ninguan and Badu. Now you guys know how much I love our girl Badu over here. I've talked about her millions of times. So I'm just going to go over her really quick because I haven't really talked about Ninguan much. Or Razer or Chongyu, that's why I have them pulled up, and I'm glad to go over them now finally, and I'm glad Badu is finally getting a banner, because I'm literally going to max this girl out, okay? Trust me, I'm going to max her out. Alright, so, a quick overview of Badu. She is one of the most damaging units in the game. She has one of the most broken E's in the game, which is her Tide Caller ability, which is just a full counter, basically. She puts up a shield, it scales off of her max HP, and she does just basically a shit ton of damage if you time it perfectly, and it's ridiculous. I don't know how to explain it other than if you use it on a big boss and they punch down and then you let go of that E after they use it, you're going to do a shit ton of damage, and her abilities just pair so well together. This is her Q right here. She just decreases her damage. She has 20% damage reduction, then she gives herself more damage, and then she makes lightning discharges that jump between enemies, so she deals electro damage to surrounding enemies, and it also combos, so you can use that Q with Badu, even if she isn't your main DPS, and then switch into someone like Childe, which is going to be on the next banner, and then from there, you can combo with the water and get the electro charge with the water and, you know, her ult. So, I mean, I'm glad she's on this banner, because I love Badu so much. Underrated as hell, C tier my ass, suck my balls, she's not C tiers, but, I mean, her Ascension 4 is also extremely broken. If you get her E off with its maximum damage bonus, what that is in order to get the maximum damage bonus is you let her get hit as many times as you can, and then let go as soon as the attack hits you. You have to let go like instantly, not the exact same time, because then you won't get the damage buff. It's a little buggy on that. But as soon as you see the crack on the shield and you see her like bend her arms upwards, you let go of that E and it's gonna do a shit ton of damage. And then her Ascension 4 allows you to get normal and charge attack. They just get a 15% damage buff, so you're going to be doing more physical damage, especially if your ult active. It's going to be doing more damage on top of that. And then she gets her attack speed increased by 15%, and then she greatly reduces her delay before unleashing charge attacks. So her charge attacks are going to be faster, and she greatly reduces it. So after, usually what you want to do is use that E, get the full max damage bonus, and then you just go straight into charge attacks, because she has it greatly reduced, and then she's doing attack speed and normal attack damage buff by 15% both. So she's going to be doing a shit ton of stamina. Her the special ability here, her Conqueror of Tides, it just decreases all party members' stamina consumption by 20% swimming. So that's pretty cool. Swimming stamina consumption is really cool. It's really useful for exploration and stuff. But here's what I'm talking about right here. Countering with Tide Color at the precise moment when the character is hit grants a maximum damage bonus, and then that's how you get this, and then that's how you get all of it. So she's a great unit. Very, very good. Very underrated. Very amazing. I'm glad she's on this banner, and I can't wait to pull on the Child banner. Oh my god, this is going to be so good. Alright, next we have Ninguan, which is one of the harder hitters in the game. She has this really cool little like jade screen that she throws out, and it does AoE geo damage, and it blocks projectiles, so you can throw this at like one of those annoying sniper dudes that you can't get up top of those towers, and it'll just block all the damage, and then it'll damage them over time. And, oh, of course, you only can have one at a time, which is okay, but she could use it to block certain attacks, and you can't climb off of it, but it does a good amount of damage, and it scales off of her max HP, so the higher her HP, the more you know, the more health that shield is going to have, which is really cool. It's a nice feature, okay? Now, Naguang is in C tier, but I don't agree with that. I think she's higher. I think every unit in the game, I don't think you should make a tier list. I've already went over a video about tier lists and how they're terrible. I'll have that link in the description, and seriously, I just despise this tier list. If you want to watch the video about me ranting about it for 15 minutes, you can go ahead and watch that, but because I'm tired of talking about these tier lists, so we're going to get back into it. So she has this where it displays the location of nearby ore veins. This is so useful. You won't even know. Like, this is so useful. Instead of, you know, having to walk around and go to the interactive Genshin map, then she'll just give you all the locations for it for all nearby veins, which is amazing. Okay. Her Ascension 1 is that when she's in possession of Star Jades, her charge attack does not consume stamina, which is so good. I mean, Star Jades, are they hard to get? No. Because when she shoots her normal attack, upon hit, she gives herself a Star Jade. And her charge attack consumes a certain amount of stamina to fire up a giant gem. And it does a lot of damage. And if she has Star Jades, unleashing a charge attack will cause the Star Jades to be fired at the enemy as well, dealing additional damage. And then her ult gathers a number of gems and it just blasts it at them. And it does a lot of damage. See, it literally says massive geo damage. So she's a very damaging character. And if it's cast when Jade Screen is nearby, Jade Screen will fire additional gem projectiles at the same time. So you throw your Jade Screen at the boss, you cast the ult, it does a shit ton of damage, and then, you know, her backup plan when she get her Ascension 1, which probably won't be that hard, of course, it's going to increase her charge attack does not consume stamina, so you're just going to be shitting out tons of damage because she's not going to take up any stamina. So she's very good. I think she's a book user as well. So they also, on this, they have, you know, her best weapon, which is, of course, Skyward Atlas. And then here's the other one, which is the Eye of Perception. This is her damage buffs and artifact sets that they recommend. So honestly, this website, what they do have down is I do like these little, like, DPS build guides that they have going for Ninguan and other units like that. But, you know, very good unit, as I said. So this banner is depending on how valuable Diona is, and if she's very good, which I'm expecting she's going to be very good, this banner is fire. Considering Childe is obviously going to be busted, he's a 5-star, there's no way they don't make him insanely good. So yeah, I mean, this banner is good, and of course, we're going to move on to the next banner, which is going to be ZHONGLI's banner with Razer, Chongyun, and this is oh my god, I can't pronounce the name, Zinyan. So Razer, we got Razer here. This is my main DPS. Razer's he's a great. He's really good. He's constantly having his elemental burst and skills up because he just regenerates so fast. His energy recharge is through the roof. And Chongyun is insane. He can be a very good DPS damager, and he also can be very good with comboing elements together, so he's good for that. These guys are both ridiculous. Even they put Razer in A tier, which I agree with. I think he's probably S tier, because if he's maxed out, this guy's ridiculous. So a quick little overview of Razer is he does a lot of physical damage, and this is his E. It does electro damage, and then if you hold it, it does an AoE damage, and if you just press it, it's just going to do a slash of the Wolf Claw, and it will, you know, it'll do less damage, I think. Or it might do the same amount of damage, I'm not sure. Maybe it gets like an extra bonus, but not too high. Yeah, press skill, it's 100% buff if you hold it. So what you do is you press it, and you can get Electro Sigils, and you can get 3 Electro Sigils, and gaining a new Electro Sigil refreshes their duration. And what they do is when you get that, you get a 20% energy recharge bonus per Electro Sigil. So if you keep stacking on those Electro Sigils, you're just going to do damage and damage and damage and damage, and you're going to keep getting this back. And then that's also going to combo with his Awakening Ascension 1, which is when you use it just decreases the cooldown of Claw and Thunder. And then when you use Lightning Fang right here, it just gives you a flat reset of Claw and Thunder. So you can use the E, press the Q, and then use the E again. It's really strong. It's just a lot of burst damage, which is really good. His ult is ridiculous too. Only downside is if you switch out, you will lose the Wolf. But it gives him an insane attack speed buff and a very good damage buff. Whatever his normal attack damage, it scales off of that. So if you're doing 2,000, you're You're going to be doing about 400, 500 attack extra on top of that, plus your attack speed is going to be through the roof, and then you're going to get a giant electro-resistant bonus, and then the cooldown on this thing is really good, and the energy cost isn't that big at all. So he's just a DPS. He's just a god at damaging. So he's my favorite unit personally, and I think he's one of the most useful units to have in the game, especially an exploration team, because he's going to be decreasing all party members' sprinting stamina by 20%, which is useful everywhere. So I always have him on my exploration team, and I think he's just great. He's just good. And then of course this just is an added bonus, is he just gets extra energy recharge when his energy is below 50%. So he's just constantly going to be tossing these out. He's very good, very powerful, very, very, very fun to use. That's Razer. Chongyun. Now, I don't have Chongyun. I've seen people use him, and I've seen people do a lot of damage with this boy. So he's a dirty, dirty, dirty boy. He's going to be doing lots of damage. So this is his E right here. He's going to strike the ground with his greatsword. It's going to do cryo explosion damage and an AoE. And then after that, the cold air created by the cryo explosion will coalesce into a Chongya force field, within which all damage done through normal and charge attack by sword, greatsword, and pole arm wielding characters will be converted to cryo damage. So as I said, he's good for elemental comboing. So you toss down that E, and you switch to someone else, and it does a lot of damage itself. And then once you toss down that E, you could switch to a lightning character like a Razer or someone else, or you can switch to, when CHILDE comes out, you could switch to CHILDE, and you can just combo off of that. And you're going to freeze enemies, or you can get super conduct with Razer, and you can just do a lot of stuff. It's going to be really, really cool. And of course his Q just does a lot of damage. He summons 3 giant blades, and they fall to earth one by one, and it does a lot of damage, and they will launch enemies, and they just do a lot of damage when they explode. So he's very good. And he's also really, really helpful to have on your team as a support, because, well, side DPS. He can be a DPS himself. He's really good because what his Ascension is really good. Whenever you have a Sword, Claymore, Polearm character on the field, created by Spirit Blade, Chongyun's Layout Forest, they will have their normal attack speed increased by 8%. So on top of having the ice, cryo damage with their normal attacks, they're going to be getting an 8% attack speed buff, which is going to make them hit faster and just do more DPS. And his Ascension 4 is when he uses his ult. And his Ascension 4 is when he uses his E again. When it disappears, another spirit will be summoned to strike nearby enemies, doing 100% of the Frost skill's damage as AoE cryo damage. Enemies hit by this blade will have their cryo resistance decreased by 10% for 8 seconds. Very good. And then of course his side ability that he has at all they have, Gallant Journey. When he's dispatched in Liu, he gets time consumed reduced by 25%. Really, really useful for getting extra stuff that you may need. And honestly, these guys are very good. I think, personally, if you were to look at this list, I don't know which banner is better. They're both insanely good banners. It just depends on which character you like more, and which characters you need more. If you need a Geo character, basically, a really, really top tier one, I think ZHONGLI's banner is going to be better. And if you need a really good water character, CHILDE's banner is going to be better. These banners are both top tier. These banners are, if these are the same banners, and if these are truly the leaked banners, these banners are ridiculous, man. I'm telling you, these banners are very good. You have multiple main DPSs on a team. You have Badu, main DPS, or support for her Q if you think she's support, whatever. You have Ninguan, who could be a main DPS or a very good support. We don't know anything about these two. They might be DPSs. I think she's probably going to be DPS because she's a Claymore user. And then you have triple Claymore users here with Razer, Chongyun, and I keep forgetting her name, but yes. So hopefully these are good, and thanks everyone for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.